You would think that Colin Kaepernick would be happy these days because you can't watch professional sports anymore without being inundated by messages about Black Lives Matter. But then again, he's having to watch the games from his couch at home instead of on the bench on the side of the field. But Colin's not the only one who thought he would be a hero by kneeling for the national anthem while on the job, only to wake up later without one. Former North Carolina Panther Reid followed in Kaepernick's footsteps to the unemployment line, but nobody noticed, and so Colin is trying to help the poor guy out. He tweeted, quote, "While the NFL runs propaganda about how they care about black life, they are still blackballing Reid for fighting for the black community." You give them an inch and they demand a mile, and nothing's going to make these people happy. And the NFL season has kicked off with the Black National Anthem now being played before the games. I thought this was the United States of America and we have only one national anthem, but apparently they have their own, and they want to build their own country on our soil, and they're starting with a town in Georgia.
So Renee and Ashley reached out to family and friends, and together they bought what they intend to name Freedom, Georgia, a new black city. Jessica Gordon-Amard is an economist and an expert on black collectives.
I've found tremendous benefits to individuals, families, and the communities that are involved in it.
The owners hosted the Big Black Campout over Labor Day weekend. Supporters drove in from across the country. The plan is to introduce farming next, create a lake for sustainable fishing, facilities for recreation, and eventually develop a fully operational, expanded city. Victor Blackwell, CNN, Wilkinson County, Georgia.
Soon to be Freedom, Georgia. How about that one? We'll watch them grow.
Gee, that sounds like fun, but maybe you should visit the south side of Chicago and see how that's been working out for those folks. So far, the ratings for Sunday Night Football have dropped 28% from last year, which is incredible because you would think that after everything we've been through this year, that people would be excited that the NFL season started, but they're not. And who can really blame them? People tune into sports to forget about politics and the problems and pressures of daily life, not to get lectured about them even more. And to the morons who say that Colin Kaepernick and the other morons were just exercising their First Amendment right by kneeling during the national anthem, you don't have a First Amendment right when you're at work. You have a job to do. You have a code of conduct. You have a dress code. Part of the duty that you have on any job is to not say or do anything that may drive away half of the customers. If you owned a restaurant and a waiter or a waitress started lecturing customers about a particular political issue that they cared about, you could and you should fire them. Their job is to serve the food, be friendly, make the customer happy, and hope that they'll come back. After work or on their days off, they can go and do whatever they want, as long as it doesn't reflect back onto the company. But when they're on the job, they're on the job. Colin Kaepernick was driving away customers, pure and simple, and he was a terrible quarterback. All the more reason to get rid of him. Every teenager in the country knows on the first day of their first job, whether it's flipping burgers or collecting tickets at the movie theater, you don't protest while you're at work or you get fired. If you got a problem with something that's going on at work, then you take it to a superior or go to HR, but you certainly don't bring your personal problems from outside of work into work and then complain to the customers about it. Seriously, I don't know how anybody could watch professional sports these days, especially the NBA, because throughout the entire game, there's a gigantic 50-foot wide Black Lives Matter banner on the screen. When I first heard that they were going to paint Black Lives Matter on the court, I thought it was going to be with these small letters, maybe off to the side or in the center court somewhere, but it is absolutely gigantic. It takes up half of the court. One player even wore custom George Floyd shoes.
And after the big win, Murray, he was just overcome with emotion when speaking about the game and the continued fight for social justice.
Yes, I really like bouncing this ball around and getting paid millions of dollars and all the stuff going on out there, you know, and I just want to be doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? And for the last several years, almost every major sports team and every major sports league hosts an annual LGBT Pride Night.
As June is Pride Month, the Giants are flying their rainbow flag in honor of the 13th annual LGBT Night right here at AT&T Park.
even the NHL, where players wrap their hockey sticks in rainbow tape.
Welcome to Pride Night at Capital One Arena. We are so excited to be rocking the rainbow with y'all, and we hope to see everybody waving those awesome rainbow all caps flags.
Let's go Cats! Several high school football players were suspended in Ohio for bringing out a Blue Lives Matter flag onto the field. Apparently, that kind of peaceful protest isn't allowed in the sport. At this rate, it may not be much longer until public schools don't allow the American flag to be displayed at all. In fact, over the last few years, there have been numerous reports just like this.
He drove to school with American flags waving from the back of his truck, but he was told to get rid of them. 7 News reporter Tyler Lopez is live outside North Glen High School. Tyler, the student's telling you he was told those flags could disrupt diversity?
Right, Teresa, and he was surprised. One of the first things you notice on campus here is a flagpole right out front and Old Glory on top. But this high school junior says he was told yesterday his mobile flags might make others uncomfortable.
She said that this is a school that focuses around diversity, and she doesn't want anyone to feel uncomfortable by me flying these flags.
How do you suppose anyone would feel uncomfortable in America with an American flag?
That's where I'm confused.
Comedian Sarah Silverman and many other Hollywood elites do, as she explained a few years ago in a monologue on her Hulu show.
And one day I went outside to see what he was doing, and he was hoisting an American flag up the flagpole in his front yard. And I instantly felt very weird. I felt this feeling of like, I felt scared. Yeah, I felt scared.
And I think that the police should do a little protesting of their own by not providing security for any of these games after how they're being treated by the leagues. No security, no game. Whoops. The wokeness just never ends, and there may be an entire chapter in my new book about what happened to sports over the last few years because, well, you'll see. And speaking of protests, a peaceful protester left a gift on Nancy Pelosi's driveway the other day. The protest was live streamed and the video has gone viral, but I'm not going to show it to you for obvious reasons. Just read the headlines on these articles and you'll understand why. I'm not really sure what Nancy Pelosi's problem was. The residents of San Francisco have been having to deal with that kind of thing for years now, and maybe he was just trying to help raise awareness of the issue. One thing that's not crap though is my YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe here if you're new, or if you enjoy watching my videos, support the channel by heading over to my online store, markdice.com, and get one of my awesome shirts, like the America First shirt, the Abraham Lincoln Trump shirt, the I Love Global Warming shirt, or any of my awesome designs. All available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com, or click the link in the description below, and check them out!